Hey guys, welcome back to Open It and Play. Today we're going to be looking at the Marvel Legends X-Men 97 series Marvel's Cable. I don't know what other cables are copywritten, but I suppose maybe DC's Swamp Thing hero female character is Cable, is that right? But yeah, I don't know who they're competing with for this name Cable, but anyways, this is not really my Cable. He's a little too colorful. I did have a few appearances of Cable from way back when I was first getting into comics, and Cable was pretty new at the time. But yeah, I don't know. The more I read about Cable from his earlier issues, the more I think he's kind of a bit of a ripoff, or at least heavily inspired by kind of Kyle Reese mixed with John Connor mixed with the Terminator, sort of. So it seems to kind of be an amalgamation of these characters. But anyways, let me know your thoughts. I just thought that from reading the early comics. But this version is too colorful, as I said, so I would rather something a little more traditional for the colors. But I think this is probably going to be a pretty decent figure. It's just, yeah, I mainly got him for the gun for my Cable, ironically, because I could get him for a pretty cheap price. Cable's not a popular character in Japan. It's a little bit of a lucky coincidence for me. But as you can see, it comes with a big honkin' gun and a little honkin' gun and even some fire effects for those guns that are kind of bigger blast than usual. But I'll probably make this guy into one of my homemade characters from way back in the 90s, when I sort of repurposed one of my Cables into another character. I don't think anybody who watches this video is going to know who that is, but one person might if I'm lucky. So, but anyways, we'll look at the accessories first as usual. Bear with me as I get these out of the plastic. Okay, well, they're popping out. Okay, so first let's take a look. We've got these alternate hands, which are both, which are both trigger finger hands. Okay, they're cast in green plastic, and these are his guns. This little Squatamapati guy, but it is pretty heavy duty for being Squatamapati. But Squatamapati means squatty. I guess I'm talking my own lingo now. But anyways, and this guy, wow, this is a pretty heavy gun actually. What they cast this out of? Seems like a harder plastic than usual, or it's just quite substantive. It's pretty heavy duty. Can it bend? Yeah, it can still bend. So it's the same plastic. It's just got a lot of heft to it. So, but yeah, I think these are nicely done. And we have two of these effects that will plug in here. Okay. I don't know if I really like the style they chose for the colors, but it's definitely functional at least. Depends on what your concern he's firing. Is he firing lasers? Is he firing bullets? Is he firing bullets that shoot lasers? Anyways, that is the accessories. So here the heavy duty guy is. Now, going off of comic book appearances, I'd have to criticize quite a bit about this character. He doesn't have the unnaturally deformed shapes for his thighs that Rob Liefeld gave him way back in the day. Some of those early issues, oh my goodness, those are rough. Those, what, X-Force, I think it was. But, man, some of the forced perspective things are just totally screwed up. And man, he's got thighs that are wider than his waist in some of the pictures. But anyways, let's go past that and we'll take a look more at the aesthetic closer up. So he does look a lot more cartoony, and I think for the cartoon he matches the appearance rather closely. But I only saw the cartoon one time through. I haven't rewatched it many times, so I'm not sure if my memory is going to be fantastic for this. So all right, let's take a look at his posability. So his head is on a dumbbell joint, and remarkably, it has very good function for being a Marvel Legends dumbbell joint. His neck is also on a ball joint, so you can use them in tandem. Is that the right word? You can use them together to not look up much. But it does have a lot more attitude than we usually see from Marvel Legends. He can look down a lot, or he can kind of like lick his little badge thing here. Maybe he's like a cow licking the salt. I don't know. But anyways, it's kind of weird looking when you go down that far. But anyways, he's able to really bury the chin. So, okay. His arms will go up that high, but you are going to be limited a lot by these rubbery shoulder pads. So forward, just not very much at all. Back, not a whole lot, but maybe better than forward, yeah. Okay. They'll go up to the side that far, and he's got his usual bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows, but your glove does get caught in here. I'm sorry if there's a lot of background noise. Today is really windy suddenly, and this whole house is kind of shaking, so it's kind of weird. The door is constantly rattling from the wind, but Japanese homes are not really built to, what's the word? They're not very insulated. They usually have gaps to allow the humidity to go through, but when the wind blows strong, sometimes it rattles the doors and windows. So, but anyways, forward he barely goes at all. Back he goes a little bit. Side to side looks like the best thing that you can get for this guy. Okay, for the diaphragm joint. His waist, oh, he does have a waist cut kind of hidden under this heavy duty belt. Sorry, I think this is just slightly out of focus. There we go, that's better. Okay, so he can go side to side. It's not terrible because it kind of blends in with the colors, but if you get a nice clear look, it looks pretty bad. But okay, his legs will kick up not that far, back just a little bit. He does have a thigh cut that is hidden along these pockets, and his his knees will get you back that far with double pinless joints. And he does not have a boot cut. What is this? He doesn't have a boot cut. Perfect feet, or perfect legs to have a boot cut, but he doesn't have it. His foot will go really far back, and it seems like it'll keep going if you push it, but I don't want to break it. And forward, not very much at all. So, but yeah, I think you're going to get a lot of posability out of this guy. But unfortunately, without that boot cut, which would have been really easy to do if they designed this right, then we could have got a lot more posability. But this part, limiting, this part is probably the most unsatisfying thing. Okay, let's get a measurement on this guy. He is a tall boy, so we're going to have kind of a larger than life measurement here. He is standing to the top of his kind of sort of flat topped head. He is standing at, oh my god, what was that? That was the wrong button. Okay, 6 7/8 of an inch. It'll be about 17.4, 17.3 centimeters. So he's a big guy. If we get him alongside some other characters, here he is with Cyclops. That's also from the X-Men 97 line. And somehow they look out of focus now when I did that. What's going on here? Is he out of focus or is he in focus? Okay. And alongside Sabretooth, but sorry, my Sabretooth's kind of posed. This is that Wolverine 2-pack Sabretooth. The wind is going crazy, as I said. Okay, let's put Sabretooth. We gotta calm down, Sabretooth. Calm down, calm down. He's not perfectly posed, but you can see Sabretooth still stands quite a bit taller. But yeah, I think he's gonna scale pretty well with the other characters. His head looks a little bit small to me, but just slightly. But maybe I'm comparing it to my previous Cable figure. I don't have that here at the school, so unfortunately we don't have something to compare it to. I'm gonna try, oh, I forgot to say these hands. This one hinges horizontally, this one hinges horizontally, but both of your trigger hands are hinging vertically. So I'm gonna try giving him his big gun real quick just to see how he holds that giant thing. It's gonna take it just a second. Okay, that's basically what he looks like with his mega gun. I don't know if you know about Cable, but he's usually packing a lot of guns. I wish there was something in the back so we could put that big gun on his back, but you kind of have to arrange something yourself. Okay. All right. So that was Cable, X-Men 97 Cable. Okay, thanks guys for watching this review with me, and well, not watching it, but seeing this review of mine, and we hope to see you in the next video. F the Snazzies in your neck of the woods. Bye for now. Sorry that was out of focus this whole time.